£12 million worth of talent in Anthony. But if you compare that to Manchester City and Liverpool, who have a process and a structure that they stick to rigidly, then Manchester United's recruitment is still some way off.
The recruitment at Chelsea has been accused, Ian, of being perhaps a little bit scattergun in places. However, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as a centre-forward, that is clearly a position they've been wanting to fill, and it looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, £12 million, Alonso going the other way. I'm told it will go through tonight, but they've spent, nearly over £230 million. Chelsea with Cucurella, Sterling, Koulibaly, Chukwuemeka, who they brought in from Aston Villa. So they've certainly splashed the cash, and at the minute still feel like a club very much in transition.
Do you think that'll work well for them, Leon?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think that if you look at his time when he was flying at Arsenal, then he was doing brilliantly. And if they signed that player that was keen to show what he can do, that plays on the shoulder, yes, drifts out to the left, where maybe Sterling might drift out to, or other people, but Chelsea needs someone to play right through the middle. Was Aubameyang brilliant at that at Arsenal? I don't know. I'm concerned about his attitude, although they've worked together, haven't they? Thomas Tuchel and Aubameyang, so he should know how to get the best out of him. But Chelsea need a striker, there's no doubt about that. They're scouring all the networks to try and find one that they can get, one that's available, one that they know the game of. So I can see why the link is there. Whether he's successful in coming to Chelsea, I think the jury's still out for me.
Leon, can I just translate for you then? I think that you're trying to say that basically Aubameyang is just coming for the ride, because I kind of have the same kind of feeling, Leon, I'm not going to lie, because I think that when you look at his performance at Arsenal and the fact obviously Arsenal got rid of him and where Arsenal are now and how they're performing as a team, he goes to Barcelona and Barcelona are willing to get rid of him. You have to question the hunger and appetite. Right now, yes, Chelsea do need a number 9, but again, it goes to the whole point we've just discussed about Manchester United. It's the recruiting. I think Chelsea have also lost that bit of class and elegance they had about themselves when they were getting players. Now there's so many names and so many players being linked with Chelsea, and you just kind of wonder where it's coming from and how they've gone from being so quiet about their business, being very direct, very precise in their recruiting, to now it's kind of turned into a bit of a soap opera. And I think for me, I'm the same as Leon, but I'll be very blunt. I feel that, yes, they need a striker, but I think that Aubameyang is coming for the ride, because you've already seen his performance of how he performed with Arsenal, not the start, but once he got comfortable. Do you think the same hunger and appetite is going to be there when he's leaving Barcelona to come for Chelsea?
It's a good question, Leon.
Well, that's exactly, Nigel, right? That's exactly the kind of thing that I was hinting at. But look, if
I just went 2-footed.
Yeah, but if he comes and he's trying to prove people wrong, and he's trying to show what he was capable of at first, and he's thinking, I don't want Arsenal fans and Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal squad to think that they were right in letting me go. If he comes with that kind of attitude, and he comes with real purpose and desire to prove to the league that he is a top striker that we all felt he was, then I think he can do okay. But as we've discussed, is that the kind of attitude he can show? And when we're talking about players that are prepared to force the issue to get moves and force the issue to get transfers, and we're talking about those as, is that the right character? Well, that's where we question him.
Can I just butt in there a minute? One thing, not like me to butt in, mate, but anyway, you know what I mean. But one thing that I would question about all the Chelsea signings, Thomas Tuchel was very critical of them at Southampton. Well, rightly so. I was down there for match of the day, and it was a dismal performance. They lacked hunger as a team that day. But Thomas Tuchel was blasting has been very critical of several of the signings. They're his signings. These are players he brought in. Now, he got rid of Lukaku because he didn't want him, and now he's brought in another centre forward. I know they're not the same sort of player, but Lukaku was there with a proven goal scoring record from the previous season. Aubameyang hasn't had that for a couple of years. Again, I find it a very strange one. I find lots of signings in this bloated transfer market with the money that's being spent, to be honest, in this day and age, in this economic climate, very strange indeed.
What I thought Chelsea missed at Southampton was, I thought they missed Goodison, even though they won on the opening day. That's the character that Rudiger always had, that hunger, that desire, that, come on, let's win this game, let's get 2, we're not getting beat, that tackling, that real, we're not losing this game and you guys are going to stand up alongside me. Well, as JP just said, the characters that I've signed aren't really those type of ones. And then you look within the Chelsea squad, and I looked at the Southampton performance, and they were 2-1 down at half-time after a reasonably good first 20-25 minutes. But where was the change around in the second half? Who was driving them forward? It was all just a little bit nice and a little bit passive. And you know, when you're talking about they're looking for characters, and their own manager who's brought in these players is questioning them, and they're bringing another one of these characters in, Aubameyang, that's why I think we're questioning the Chelsea transfers.
We'll talk more about Artur and about Akanji when Rafael Honigstein joins us in the next 20 minutes or so. But Leon, just before we let you go for the time being, Idrissa Gueye back to Everton. What do you think of that?
Yeah, pleased. In the game at the moment, it's become a game where you have to be mobile. You have to get about the pitch. Everton, playing this new system 3-4-3. They're asking the two midfield